A new kind of cancer treatment center is coming to North Texas to give a lot of people a lot of hope. Cancer survivor, New York Times columnist and author Bruce Feiler in town for the groundbreaking today at the Texas Center for Proton Therapy, and Gary Barlow is the director of that new center that's still a couple of years off. Bruce, you wrote about your own diagnosis with cancer, and I can only imagine, we've all had loved ones who've gone through this, but when the doctor says, here's what it is, and you probably can't hear anything other than the word cancer.
Well, I think that in that moment, and for me it was 5 years ago this month actually, so it's been on my mind, I think you want a couple of things. The first thing, and people call me all the time, and I said the first thing that you want is you want doctors that you can trust, and you want this belief, and that's what's great about all these. Texas is becoming a center for this, and this facility is really going to move the conversation forward. And the second thing you want is you want people to support you. Okay, which is what I did was when my daughters were very young at the time, they were 3, and I reached out to a group of men and asked them to form a community, a council of dads, to kind of help us through the treatment and moving forward.
And basically saying, if I can't be here, I want you guys to be here for my children.
Well, that was the original idea, and now what's happened is that we've created this community that's gone on. So the original idea was that they would be, in effect, my voice. And now we've created this new community that goes with us, and that's what's been so meaningful. And we see lots of people forming councils of moms, dads, whether they're sick or whether they're healthy.
Gary, what is proton therapy going to do for folks here in North Texas that they can't get now?
Yeah, basically, Tim, proton therapy is a highly targeted, precise form of radiation therapy that destroys cancer cells but minimizes the damage to normal tissue, so that the patient has the ability to have less side effects and also to maintain their quality of life both during the treatment and after the treatment.
It's probably just as important as the science of what you're going to be able to do is the compassion and care. That matters, I suspect, and you can both answer this, as much to the patient as the science, as the gee whiz stuff.
Absolutely. And we are very much dedicated and committed to a community-based approach of cancer care. We are bringing this rare and advanced technology, innovative technology, if you will, to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, because we want to bring this technology near to the patients who need it. I don't know if you know this or not, but the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is the largest metropolitan area in the United States without proton therapy.
Really?
Yeah. There's 112,000 new Texans that will have cancer diagnosis this year. So the population is aging and increasing. There's only more of a need for this type of technology.
Right. Gary said something to me earlier that really struck with me, which is that many of your patients actually come because they're doing the research themselves. We know that patients have to be their own advocates. You can't just sit back and take always what the medical profession gives you. You've got to be your own advocate, and people are coming to you asking for this now because they're not necessarily hearing it in the medical world.
That's exactly right. And by bringing this advanced technology to the patients of North Texas, we allow them to stay near their homes where they get support from their family, from their friends, and most importantly, a lot of these patients are younger. They're still working, and it allows them to keep their jobs while they're under treatment.
And so we're how far away from the treating your first patient?
We'll treat our first patient in early 2016.
That is amazing. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to finding out more. We have a link with more information and a link to Bruce's website as well on myfoxdfw.com.